Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Got a match for you today on Sea of Fortune. We are down tier in the Royal Navy Tier 8 Tech Tree Destroyer, Jutland. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Alright, really quickly, it was a later or 1943 battle class fleet destroyer of the Royal Navy, named after the Battle of Jutland. The first Jutland was launched in 1945. What was canceled that same year. The sister ship, Malplaquet, was renamed as Jutland and commissioned in 1947. The original Jutland was broken up in 1957. This doesn't make any sense. Did they have two destroyers named Jutland at the same time in the fleet? Get your act together, England. I can't deal with two ships of the same name. Anyway, we're moving out. We're going into the Charlie Cap. We will finish talking about the utterly unremarkable history of either or both Jutlands as we get later in the match. You know, the daring is really good. The lightning is really good. I have to tell you, I feel the Jutland is not that great in between them. So if you're playing tier 7s, lightning, great. You're playing legendary tier, daring, also great. You're playing the Jutland. I don't know. I don't think it's as strong of a ship. I'm not feeling it. Just one man's opinion. Alright, we're maneuvering around in the Charlie Cap. I could have shot at that other destroyer in Bravo, but I did not want to expose my position to the evil red team. Torpedoes going into the rolling smoke. Are we going to hit the pants? Yes, I hit the pants with 3 torpedoes and flooding, and it looks like he is going to let that go, and I'm very happy about that. And now, oh, it's still going, and we get a solo base cap. There is the daring on the enemy team, and he got smoked like a joint at a high school block party. Good grief, daring, what were you doing? Anyway, enemy team ship, who cares? Alright, we're moving out of Alpha. I'm going to shoot at the pants again before I leave. Nope, he's running away. And we are no longer getting flooding damage on him, unfortunately for me. But he is burning. So we're going to head towards Bravo. Why are we heading towards Bravo? Well, I'm hoping to get a piece of the cap. As you can see, there's a premium destroyer in the cap. He's probably going to get the full cap, and I will get just a little piece of it. But that's okay. And then I notice he doesn't really appear to be stopping. Hey, Gearing, what are you doing? You're a moron. You just left the cap. Why would you leave the cap that you are almost done capping? Because you don't understand how to play the game. Just because you have a legendary ship doesn't mean you know what you're doing, Gearing Captain. I hope you watch this video and realize the folly of your mistakes. Alright, you're going to see the Gearing do something else really stupid, which is going to confirm everything I just said later on. By the way, I think there's a convertible outside with the convertible top down, and the sky looks like a lot of rain, so I hope that guy, he's probably the guy in the Gearing. I hope you got waterproof upholstery there, bub. Alright, so watch the Gearing in the background going on a suicide torp run of the Yamato. He's going to be killed. In fact, he's going to be killed like right now. Any minute now. I think I look back and see him dying. There he is. There's a whole bunch of torpedoes. You would hope he's going to dev strike the Yamato. Nope. He got 1 torpedo, maybe 2. The rest totally whiffed. Great job, Gearing Commander, as we get a solo base cap of Bravo. Alright, moving on to the Alpha Cap. I am not going to head towards the Yamato. Alright, maybe I am. I am, but not the Yamato you were thinking of. There's another Yamato, and he is full health. I am going to look back and see that this Yamato is a little bit far away. We are going to turn, get some torps out before I crash in the island. I'm putting up a smoke screen. torpedoes away on that Yamato. And then we will come out from behind the island, torpedoes away on this Yamato. Although he looks like he was starting to turn in. All right, we're going to run away for a little bit, and let's see how that's going. While we do, let's finish talking about the Jutland. 1947 assigned to the 4th Destroyer Flotilla with some aircraft carriers, a frigate, and 2 sister ships on a cruise to South Africa. Did some naval exercises, temporary laid up, blah, blah, blah. Visited the Middle East in the 50s. Took part in the Fleet Review to celebrate the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II, placed in reserve, and collided with the Dunkirk in 1958, causing minor damage. In 1961, the 2nd Jutland was placed in reserve. She was subsequently placed on the disposal list and broken up at Faslane, which is His Majesty's Naval Base Clyde, on the Gaeloc, in 1965. I know you were dying to know that. All right, I think we're in the smoke screen. We're going to farm a teeny tiny bit of damage there by getting a fire against the Yamato. Other Yamato, we will shoot some HE at him too and see if we can set him on fire. And the answer is probably going to be no. I am 17 or so seconds away from torpedoes being reloaded. So I'm going to hit my sonar to see where the enemy's at. And then I'm going to turn away and hope I don't get spotted too much. Although I am within their detection, and he should be spotting me. But I am sneaky enough to pull it off, folks. I was not spotted by Yamato number 1, who is on fire, and we're getting fire damage. We're going to launch 1 salvo towards him. The second salvo, a much less advantageous shot. And I'm about to hit the island, but I don't want to go in and get caught in between, so we will launch and turn away. On Yamato number 2, Yamato number 1 totally yanked it to port, hard a port, as they say in navying, and so our torpedoes totally missed. Now he's healing, probably because his will to rebuild on, and he's a loser. And we are going to get a couple of torpedo strikes on the other Yamato. And we are flooding him out, and now we're over 100,000 damage. And so of those 2 Yamatos in the beginning of the sequence, I think we all thought I would have killed the first one. But I ended up killing the second one. And we'll just shoot that at this Yamato for scare tactics, but I have no belief that I actually killed the second Yamato. Yep, because he's dead right there. All right, let's see if we can go do what we're supposed to do as a destroyer in these matches, and that is capture our 3rd solo base cap, this time of Alpha. There's an Alaska teammate. Shoot at the Alaska. Conqueror over there, presumably shooting shells at me. Our team has a big lead. We have a big points lead thanks to none other than yours truly. And so we are just salting this match away, as I am wont to say in this kind of scenario. All right, let's talk about the Jutland and WoW's builds. The Sigma of the Jutland is 2.0, fires per minute, 5.25, very nice. Overmatch of the armor-piercing shells, 8mm, arming threshold, 19mm. Probably pretty valid to use against other destroyers. It is just 113 caliber armor-piercing shells. The torpedo reaction time is 8.06 seconds. All right, due to the stat selection being messed up, we're done talking about WoW's builds. Sorry, I can't give you a tier 8 stat comparison of the ship. Destroyers all messed up on WoW's builds. All right, we are capping the base. The Alaska ran and hid. He is out of torpedo range. It looks like the Constellation got killed. I have no idea what the red team destroyer is doing, but I can tell you what he is not doing. Anything related to the objectives of a domination match. And our team is really winning and the red team is really losing, as evidenced by their paltry and pitiful overall score of 75 points at this point in the game. All right, we're content to get our third solo base cap, folks. Doing what destroyers do and are supposed to do in a domination match. No, it is not sexy, but yes, it matters. And you'll notice the other destroyer on our team, the Summers, who foolishly left the Bravo cap and got killed after trying an ill-fated torp run against the Yamato, the one Yamato ended up killing. He didn't really do a whole lot. I don't think the enemy destroyers did a whole lot in this match, because one was a daring that did that suicide run right up the middle and got erased. And the other one hasn't done anything this entire match that I can tell. So, at the end of the day, when you're looking at the Jutland, you're talking about a ship that probably could use armor piercing just as well as HE, does have a short range sonar, does have these single launch torpedoes. I would say it's more of a balanced ship with a lean towards torpedoes. That is the way I play it. Kind of the other side of the coin from the German destroyers, which are generalist ships that lean more toward gunboats, at least in my humble opinion. So we are going to look at it in the port, but I'm going to tell you right now, I use Reginald Tyrwood on this thing, and I also use him on the Daring. All right, here we are on the victory screen. 105,657 total damage, just 16 main battery hits, and just 6 torpedo strikes. We got a kill, 4 cap defended flags, and 3 solo base caps. We ended up with 290,456 silver, 5952 ship XP, 6,071 commander XP in the Jutland. All right, moving on to the team result, 2627 base XP with that singular kill. Down tier, we ended up at the top of the board. Well, we did see an AM Sumner on the other team. He did get a kill, golf clap. But the Daring of the enemy team didn't do nothing. All right, here we are in the port upgrades. Aiming system mod 1. Steering gears mod 2, as you know, propulsion mod not available. And you don't use the damage con, I hope. Concealment system mod 1 in slot 3. And main battery mod 3 in slot 4. Your mileage may vary on that last slot. The Jutland is fully upgraded. Taking a look at the loadout, 6 charges of the short duration smoke generator, 3 charges of the short range sonar, only really good for close quarters combat, in my opinion, and 2 charges of the repair party. We were using the rare battle booster for main movement speed and cooldown time reduction. Type 1 temporary camo, no perma camo, come on Ouija. And the Friendship Day 21 flag. Taking a look at the specs, 16,560 hit points with our build. Got those 3 twin 113mm turrets, 10.9 kilometer firing range, I think, maybe a 7, 4.5 second reload, 10.6 second turn time, HE shells 1700 max damage with an 8% fire chance, AP shells 2100 max damage. Let's say 10.9. 2 quadruple tube launchers, reload every 113.1 seconds. Max damage 15,967. 10 kilometer range at 66 knots. The detectability is 1,300 meters. AA defense, you can see this is not fantastic, but it's not terrible. Your main battery is your longest reaching dual purpose AA. And it is also your best AA at 45 damage per second. Maneuverability max speed 37.5 knots, 610 meter turning circle, 3.4 second rudder shift time. And not a strong point as usual. And detectability 5 on the surface, 2.6 from the air, 2.3 when firing in smoke. Taking a look at the stats. We've played 25 games, and this last match put us on the winning side of the tote board Main battery pretty accurate at 60%. Torpedoes a little bit less at 11%. Horrible kill-death ratio. And that game you saw was my best game so far in the Jutland. Hate to say it, for me this was not a very strong ship. And is not. Alright, here's our commander, Reginald Tyrwhitt. I hinted at this during the match. Base trait, True Grit, Torpedo, Launcher Reduction, Steering Gear, Impairment Reduction. Don't count on it to act like unstoppable. Erich Bay and Shichang is our inspiration. Subsurface Venture, Fragile Threat, Perceptive, Destroy or Be Destroyed, and Unstoppable. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. I will see you tomorrow night. Morning.